we're excited again. Obviously, pick 21, a very strong draft that's been talked about for a couple of years now. And once again, in a good position with 3 picks in the first 64. I think we've, in the last 3 years, I think we might have 10 or the most picks in the first 2 rounds. So that continues and gives us a great chance to continue to add great depth to an already strong prospect pool. It's a strong draft. It's the sort of, like, as you mentioned, the hallmark players of the first round have been talked about and have performed really well. But I think we see depth in this draft throughout. So it's not just going to end in the first 10 or 15 players. Just from looking at my travel, game reports, players discussed this year, it just feels like it's a longer list, a stronger list of names, players that we are excited about. I think it's the density of this draft, not just the quality of it as well. I think it's possible, and I think that speaks to the quality of players in the draft too, that we can look at best available and sort of that cross section of without going specifically into need, but also addressing organizational depth or where maybe we're lacking in some depth in our prospect pool. So we can try and maybe look for that intersection. But at 21, we're at the mercy of other teams. If someone falls that is in a position of maybe redundancy and they're just the best player available, we're gonna take that swing. You know what? Maybe the defensive pool. I think like every year, I think we go back to maybe 2003 is the last time that a defenseman wasn't picked in the top 5. So the premium on defensemen is always there. And I think sometimes that's regardless of the player caliber. So that's something you always got to be careful of, is not to overvalue or overextend on defensemen. It is a hard position to get, and you have to look far in this draft and see some right shot defensemen. So another sort of on top of being a premium defenseman, right shot is also coveted. So it's always something we're aware of. This year, you like I mentioned, you've got a few right shot defensemen that project into the first round. So it'll be up to teams in front of us to decide how much they covet that.